Discord quickly. I'm not doing it here. I can literally do it on my laptop. Okie dokie. Just gonna make sure. Okay, you people can hear me?
I think that's a yes.
Okay, we're good. We're good on the thing. Alright, let's just give it a second. Wait for people to start coming in. We'll see if it will do or not. Please. Have mercy on my soul.
Our souls.
Our souls, yes, our souls. My apologies, comrade. Okay, we'll just wait a second. Awkward when no one shows up. Okay, we are good to go. We got 3 people in. We're all set to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bad Batch. Well, first of all, I'm off to a bad start already. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th episode of the 501st podcast. I am once again joined with the one, the only,
Oh my god.
the Luca.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, or good morning, wherever you are.
To all the people out there, folks. To all the people out there. But yeah, we are back. First time in 2 weeks that I've been streaming. I promise I'm going to get better at streaming, guys. I promise. I swear to God. I'm not usually this bad. You guys know this. I went from, streaming every day to, once every, 14 days.
Twitch, clip that, and then we'll see if he lives up to it or not.
I always live with my promises. Are you kidding me? This is.
Sure.
I am a man of my word. Okay, it's not my fault that I'm working 8 hours a day. Okay, leave me be. I'm barely at home. When I am home, I just die afterward. But yeah, 4th episode of he wanted to say 4th episode of Bad Batch, but it's not 4th episode of Bad Batch. 4th episode of the 501st podcast. I'm just gonna write in chat, guys, just to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Hoping so. Hoping you guys can hear me. If not, let me know in the chat. Okay, good. We have a yes. Okay, good. We're not going to have the same problem we had last time.
Okay, that's
where
good.
It was dead air for 45 minutes. Awkward. Welcome on in, Jack. Jack, I appreciate you coming by, buddy. I know that it's 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. where you are, so I appreciate you coming out with the podcast, buddy.
Thank you very much.
There you go. See? Even Luke is appreciative. But yeah, so we're going to be looking at episode 11 and 12.
That's correct.
11 and 12 of Bad Batch today. So Luca, since you were just looking it up while I was getting the water, why don't you start us off? So episode 11 of Bad Batch. What do we got?
Okay, episode 11, aptly titled "Devil's Deal." Oh my god. Are you okay?
I just inhaled water.
It wasn't that funny.
I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. Go on, Luca.
I didn't think I was... Should I just quit?
It wasn't even that funny. I would just inhale.
Should I quit podcasting and become a comedian?
Just do it.
Austin proceeds to die on chat. Or on stream, I guess.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this would be the end of me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Before I was rudely interrupted by death noises. Yeah, so in this episode, it starts on Ryloth, the as Austin put it, the planet that's not Geonosis, but it basically is Geonosis. It's like Geonosis, but slightly less orange, a little bit more.
But without crusty flying cockroaches, instead we have a bunch of Twi'leks.
That's racist, but
hence the picture on the screen.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
It's a Twi'lek.
It kind of has something to do with the episode.
Look, it's not a Twi'lek. It's a palace dancer. If I've turned the Jedi correctly.
Yeah. So we're on Ryloth, and the Empire's kind of just showed up. Well, not really showed up. They were there fighting.
Occupied Ryloth, but
yeah,
okay,
sure, okay. They're there fighting off the Separatists, and the war is kind of over. So now they're like, oh yeah, we can have peace now, And we have Admiral Rampart, who's back from the earlier episodes of the Bad Batch, and he's talking with our good old friend Cham Syndulla, who we if you guys have seen the Clone Wars, you'll recognize him. He's in a few of the episodes with Mace Windu and such.
Big old purpley Twi'lek.
Yeah, he's basically like Saw Gerrera, but like just for Ryloth. He like he only cares about Ryloth. I guess he's kind of like whatever. Yeah, so him and Admiral Rampart are kind of chilling. They're like, hey guys, hey Ryloth people, it's all gonna be good now, stuff like that. And then
the Empire totally good guys. I swear to God.
Yeah, and then Admiral Rampart's kind of like, yeah, we'll be chilling on Ryloth for a little bit more, and then obviously the people are kind of like,
how about no?
Like, can you guys leave? Maybe.
And by the way, this whole speech is like literally going on like a 40-foot like balcony, and they're giving this speech, and like the camera just pans over to like the rest of the like Ryloth population. Everyone's just like, no, we politely disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously some of them are little miffed, they don't think they need the clones to still be there cuz there's no occupying force anymore. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of see the I guess the first like seeds of tension being sown, I guess. And we see a sort of like demilitarization program amongst Ryloth, sort of
if there's a camera, you see me using bunny ears right now. Demilitarization, aka disarm the populace.
Yeah, a sort of little gun buyback program.
Exactly. We went full New Zealand with this.
Yeah, obviously one of Cham's generals, I forget what his name is, like Gobi, something like that.
Something like that. It doesn't matter. He's not huge to the plot.
Yeah, he's like, I kind of don't like that, so he enlists the help of Sid and the good old Bad Batch to do some good old fashioned illegal weapons running.
You mean arming a populace against a tyrannical government?
Well, look. The children of today, of 2020, will look up to the Bad Batch, who are complicit in treason, who are complicit in literally illegal weapon smuggling. Kind of
like the illegal gun buyback program. Kind of like that.
Look, all I'm saying is like, like they're kind of complicit in all of this.
What you call complicit, I call self-defense, but all right.
No, but he goes to the meeting, right? To the weapons meeting, and he's like,
the weapons meeting.
Who's the best person I can bring to this meeting? Let me bring his daughter, right? Let me bring
a child to a weapons
exactly.
Weapons deal.
It's like, yeah, let me just bring a little kid to this,
Look, it was bring your child to work.
Bring your kid to work day, and your work just happens to be
procuring weapons for your civilian populace.
Exactly. Yes. Well, tying into that, we get the reappearance of a fan favorite character, Hera from Rebels,
and an even bigger fan favorite character, my boy, the #1 droid, possibly a god in his own right, the one, the only. Chopper has returned.
See, Chopper isn't a fan favorite. He's like a humanity favorite. Like, if you don't like Chopper, you're lying.
You should be sent to a work facility. That's how we say.
Yeah.
In a video game, Twitch. Just in a video game.
Like, Chopper is
may in fact be one of the greatest things.
I think Chopper is the greatest Star Wars character. He has the most depth.
Out
of any character in fiction. It just, like...
You heard it here first. Lucas says that Chopper is a better character than Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Like, Citizen...
You heard it here first.
Citizen Kane, move over. Joker from The Dark Knight, move over. Heath Ledger, step aside. We have the man, the myth, the legend...
Chopper himself.
Yeah, he shows up
in all of his rolling glory.
In all of his rolling genocidal glory.
Yeah, apparently. By the way, this wasn't even us saying this. Apparently, with like Star Wars lore, someone did a calculation. He has like over 300 confirmed kills or whatever it is.
I think it was 40,000.
40,000.
40,000.
That was like 300 or 400 people.
No, I think if you take into account like
sabotage and stuff.
Yeah. If you take into account sabotage and like deaths as a result of
who do you
sabotage.
think has more confirmed kills, Lord Vader or Chopper?
Definitely Chopper. Chopper is a war criminal. He's like he's on a few lists.
Freedom fighter, all right?
He's
on a few lists.
Yeah, it's like the FBI has like the top 10 most wanted.
This channel's getting canceled so fast.
And like, I guess the Empire has like top 10 most galactic wanted. I'm pretty sure Chopper's on that list.
Chopper makes the top 10.
Well, because like normally people who like they show remorse, you know, when they go on these like sprees, if you will. Like Chopper doesn't have that. Chopper
he
is
has no soul. He's empty inside.
He's a cold-blooded killing machine.
Exactly.
That's yeah. Anyways,
but we love him.
Anyways, for some reason, he brings Hera along to this weapons deal.
Yep.
And
Sometimes.
yeah, so they go to the weapons deal with the Bad Batch, and we get kind of I guess a little touching moment with Hera and Omega, where, you know, Hera's never flown a ship before, and she's kind of like, oh, you know, I always dream of flying and stuff, and you know, it's setting up for her being the pilot in Rebels, because the Ghost is her ship, and she's I forget what her call sign was.
I don't remember either. Just for the
yeah. Anyway, whatever.
I can't remember what her call sign is.
She's the captain of the Ghost. She's the pilot. She's the the person who basically chooses the missions.
Yeah.
But before that, we kind of see that she's always wanted to fly, I guess, and I think there's that funny scene where Hera's talking about flying being like a feeling. And then Omega tells that to Tech, and he's like,
"What's a feeling?"
Yeah, what's a feeling?
Yeah, what are these emotions?
Yeah, he's like, no, it's not. Like, are you okay? Like, it's. Are
you okay?
Yeah, it's not about feeling. It's about, I don't know, whatever, pitch, control, taking off, you know, landing, whatever.
Mathematics, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was a little funny, kind of, you know, little side thing.
Yeah, so, you know, kind of like hair. No. I found hell for that joke.
Okay. And that's all we see of the Bad Batch, really. They just kind of show up for that one instance. And
that's literally it for the entirety of the episode.
They're just like
they don't ever come back in the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically you have like the Empire just like rounding up people at this point, for literally doing nothing.
Well, they don't round them up yet.
That's true.
It's more of a next episode kind of deal. We're not there yet.
Fair enough. But on to the next episode.
No. We're not done yet. There's still more.
That's true.
So they get back with the weapons, right? Mm-hmm. The illegal arms, right? They just kind of put in
self-defense.
They put in the back of their truck, right? Just cruising down the highway, and they just get like mercilessly
in their F-150s,
yeah,
cruising down.
Yeah, their Ford F-150 gets its tires shot out, and it just careens into the bank, right? Just completely out of commission. They get. Turns out it was a coup. Is it a coup? No, it's not a coup.
No, it's not a complete coup.
It's like a trap?
It's a trap. I would say it's a trap.
Yeah.
I would say it's a trap.
It's a trap. To quote Admiral Akbar, it's a tarp. Yeah, so the stormtroopers corner them. They're like, hey, what are these guns doing here? Like, what are you doing? And they're just like...
What are these guns doing here?
Yeah, and...
I'll be here all week, folks.
And they arrest... the guy, and they arrest Hera and Chopper as well.
Yep, and their parent. Wait, and their parents?
No, they don't arrest their parents yet. And naturally, Cham, who's her father, and Hera's mom are like, "Yeah, can you not arrest our daughter?
Yo, can you like not take into custody like underage children, please? That would be greatly appreciated."
Yeah, I still think it's all the other Twi'lek's fault. The blue guy, it's all his fault. If he never brought her in the first place, none of this would have happened. But.
Hey, she has to learn how to be militant.
Yeah,
right?
she's got to become a terrorist somehow. So there,
wow,
you go. You know,
calling the good guys terrorists.
To the Empire, they are. So,
but they would be incorrect.
Look, but yeah, they arrest them, and you know, obviously that's not cool with Cham and his boys. So they stage a second trap, a trap within a trap, I guess, to free them, and they succeed. They're pretty good. And they get like all the clones and whatever lined up, well, along with the Senator Ta of Ryloth, who's basically kind of betrayed his people at this point.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey guys, Empire's cool," and if
so
you don't like
he's basically like every politician, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know those promises I made? What if I fulfill none of them?
I'll do one better. What if I do the opposite?
Yo guys, did I tell you I was gonna cut taxes for the middle class? Yo, 40% increase in those taxes, boys.
Yeah.
Austin in the corner, fuming in every... Oh god, I'm getting heated already.
Just wait. Where were we? Yeah, and then Admiral Rampart orders Crosshair to shoot the Senator.
Yep.
And blame it on Cham and his freedom fighters.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Correct terminology, but yes.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of the setup. You know, now they're all in custody for the attempted assassination. Keyword attempted here.
Yeah.
Because
We
we'll
find
see.
out he's actually okay. Or whatever,
Exactly.
He's recovering.
Yeah, and Hera managed to escape thanks to Chopper. And yeah, that's that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Devil's Deal, episode 11. Austin, if you want to.
Good episode.
Well, do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to summarize or talk about how we felt about both later? How do you want to do it?
You know what? We can wait till we summarize the other episode because it's basically like a part 1 and a part 2. So
Yeah, exactly.
just for a more
Holistic view.
Yeah, there we go. Wow, look at you with the big words.
Yeah.
Today. Holistic. Guys, I gotta step my game. I gotta step it up. I'm losing it. But yeah, so then we have episode 12. What was it called again? Episode 12.
Oh shoot, I don't remember. I'll Google it.
Episode
Keep
12,
going.
episode 11, part 2. That's basically what
Electric
it's called.
Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. So basically the episode opens up with the Empire's still kind of there. They're just chilling there. However,
It's called Rescue on Ryloth.
oh, Rescue on Ryloth. Anyways, basically the episode starts off. The Empire's still kind of there. But now there's more and more dissent from the civilians on Ryloth. They're like, yo, bring back the old leaders. The Empire sucks. And there's a line that I can't... Luca's clutching his heart. Big Empire guy, Luca. I can't remember what the exact line is. Where they literally say, yeah, we're rounding up innocent civilians or whatever. And the Empire guy was like, peace has a cost. And I'm sitting there going... Peace has a cost, and that cost is rounding up innocent civilians who just don't like the Empire.
Well, it was more of like, you know, you can't just keep arresting people. They're going to get angry. And then Admiral Rampart was just like, we'll just arrest them too.
Yeah, exactly. Peace has a cost.
Yeah, he kind of pulls a Marie Antoinette, I guess, in a sense.
Let them eat cake?
Yeah, it's just like... Or kind of the reverse of that.
But sir, like, they're going to get more upset the more that you arrest them. Yeah, so keep arresting them.
Yeah.
Peace has a cost.
You know?
In order to, and like typical Empire philosophy. Hey, if they keep resisting, just keep arresting them. That'll fix the problem.
Of course.
And hey, if they resist so bad, we'll blow up their planet.
Look.
Am I wrong though?
It was a mining accident, okay?
Yeah, mining.
Jedha was a mining accident.
Jedha was a mining accident. Alderaan was a mining accident. Kashyyyk was a consensual labor force.
Yeah.
No, they held slaves. Twitch, I promise. Only, sorry, not slaves, prisoners with jobs.
Boba Fett starships.
Boba Fett
they had Boba Fett
Yeah,
starships.
they had a lot of Boba Fett starships. So yeah, the episode continues, and then we kind of see Hera puts out her distress signal because she's on the run ever since her, everyone kind of gets arrested or whatever. She's on the run from the Empire as a kid with Chopper because Chopper, again, clutch droid.
Best
comes
babysitter
through.
ever.
Best leader ever. Hashtag Chopper for Emperor. Everything would be okay if we had Chopper.
You know how they have like those posters on those wallets of like Che Guevara on them as sort of like a revolution.
We need one with Chopper.
Exactly, yeah.
We need one with Chopper.
I want a
absolutely.
Chopper wallet.
Can we get like Chopper tattoos?
Yeah, instead of saying like hope or something, it would say like beep boop.
Beat boop.
I don't know.
God, a speech from Chopper. I'm actually having like euphoric feeling right now.
Angry droid noises.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so she puts out her distress signal, and Omega and the Bad Batch pick it up, and the Bad Batch ironically give the opposite take you'd think the heroes would do, which was basically, no, we're not going to help because like we have enough on our plate as it is. Plus, to quote Tech, children overreact sometimes.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Look, it's not like her parents are in jail or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't even know if he's telling the truth or not. When has truth ever been an obstacle, guys? Come on, let's be honest. But yeah, eventually Omega's like, no, we need to help them. Because, Omega and Hera got along last episode during the weapons deal.
Yeah.
2-minute conversation, instant bond. But yeah, Bad Batch come down to Ryloth and like, we're not going to help you. The plan is too extreme. We're going to get caught. We're going to get killed. This is not going to happen. And Omega's like, no. Hashtag do the right thing. And then eventually they agree. They're like, okay, fine. Hera and Omega kind of put together a plan or whatever to convince them. They make a plan. It's actually not a half bad plan. By the way, the entire plan hinges on Chopper coming in like the god that he is.
Which plan doesn't hinge on Chopper? Like,
This is true. This is true.
like Rebels is basically like, yeah, we'll send in Chopper, and we'll
And then
hope
hope
for the
to
best.
God it all goes well.
Yeah, there's that part. There was that one episode where they send him in on that ship. Remember? I think.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like
yeah.
infiltrating, and he has to take over the entire ship by himself.
By himself.
Yeah.
Ladies,
And-
this is why he has a 40,000
And that
person
other
kill
protocol droid. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's good times.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Chopper would be great at Crucible, is all I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, they decide to help. However, we have another character that a lot of people are thoroughly enjoying. Our new clone boy.
Yeah, I think
In
his name
the
is
turquoise
Captain
or blue or whatever
Captain
it is.
Hauser. His
Yeah,
name?
Hauser. And he is kind of like... He still has his allegiances to the Republic. Very still anti-separatist. However, you don't really know if he's quite aligned himself with the Empire or not, despite Order 66, which is interesting, given that like everyone else is like good soldiers follow orders.
I think he has like aligned himself, but he's starting to have like second thoughts. I guess he's starting to have doubts about, are we really doing the right thing? Sort of.
Are we occupying peaceful planets? Are we doing the right thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of see his relationship with the Empire and with Crosshair and with Admiral what's his face?
Rampart.
Thank you. I can see him. I just can't think of his name.
He has such a basic name. Like,
Yeah, Rampart. Like,
isn't that a thing? Like a
yeah, it's
like a slope
it's
or
like
something?
when you like thrust or like charge something, you like ramparting or something. I don't know. I feel I'm getting that totally wrong. Feel free to correct me, Twitch. It's fine. But yeah. And eventually, like you see, like Hera's parents in prison or whatever, and the Empire's like openly saying, "Yes, we framed you, but we just don't give a shit." And Hauser's just kind of like,
It's the equivalent of like, yeah, who's
Wow.
gonna believe you?
basically. Then from there, Bad Batch begin their plan again. Chopper coming in like an absolute god. Chopper manages to get himself arrested.
Well, because he can't deactivate the control panel, which is the biggest like plot armor for the control panel ever. Because
Yeah.
like it's
If
Chopper.
if he can't be hacked by Chopper, like there's no one else can do it.
Is it
Like,
really
it's-
technology at that point?
Exactly, it's basically magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, they end up getting in. They grab the parents, and I think one or two other people. I think, but like, there's kind of.
Well, first they steal the shuttle, right? And they
Yeah.
start blasting.
Yeah, and they-
Danny DeVito style.
So, anyways, they started blasting. But yeah, Omega and Hera like confiscate, or as I called it, redistribute or to shuffle. A shuttle is what I meant to say. Yeah, and they kind of go a boom boom, a boom boom, a pew pew. But yeah, and then the Bad Batch end up getting inside, and they free everyone. Hauser's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got you. I'm flipping sides officially.
Don't go through the door.
Don't go through the door." You know what, guys? Don't come to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't go through that door. It's fine. However, on the other end of the door, you have a bunch of clones aiming their guns right at the door, including Crosshair, who's like, "Oh boy, it's headshot time." But yeah, they don't end up going through the door, and the doors end up opening. Hauser stands there alone, and he gives a speech, okay? A triumphant and glorious speech about how, like, hey guys, the Separatists are gone, we no longer need to fight this anymore, the war is over, what exactly are we doing right now? And then a bunch of clones are like, yeah, we'll join you, Hauser, we got this. So they all, like, not all, but like some like throw down their shields and their guns and all that stuff and join Hauser. But then, of course, they're now branded as, like, traitors and all that good stuff. But yeah.
And they get arrested.
Yeah, arrested. Equitably redistributing them to a prison. But yeah, Hera and her parents end up getting away. There's a nice little speech between the Bad Batch and Hera's parents. about like, hey, you might not think this war is yours, but eventually you'll have no choice.
Yeah, you gotta choose sides eventually. I feel like that's a recurring theme through the show.
Yeah,
They're definitely like, even when they're talking with like Saga. I don't think they met him, but like
not yet.
yeah, but like you know, it's coming up a lot. It's like, yeah, you guys are freelance for now, but eventually you're gonna
have to pick a side.
Yeah.
You can't sit on the fence forever.
Yeah.
Which is definitely an interesting concept.
Although I think they've definitely picked a side already as far as like
yeah,
the
pretty
missions
much.
they go on.
To like, yo, this is anti-empire, and we get money. Sign us up.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Am I forgetting anything?
Well, at the end, Admiral Rampart gives Crosshair.
Oh yes, that's the most important part of the whole thing.
Exactly, the setup.
Yeah, Admiral Rampart gives Crosshair asks to personally hunt down the Bad Batch and end them, and Admiral Rampart's like, yeah, I can support this. Go for it. It's all yours. Go for it. So yeah, we're getting Crosshair v the Bad Batch in the final 2 episodes of the season.
Basically, what the whole show has been building up to, I guess.
Culminating towards.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thoughts on the episodes, Luca? Thoughts, concerns?
Yeah,
thoughts,
sure.
Going forward.
I enjoyed them. I thought they were pretty good. These 2 episodes were definitely sort of like integrally tied together, I feel like. Which is kind of interesting because the Bad Batch sort of started out as... I feel like a lot of the Star Wars shows that we've seen have followed this formula where the first episode or 2, first few episodes are sort of like sequential, like they kind of bounce off each other,
Right.
and then the middle of the show is sort of like to quote the X-Files, like a monster of the week kind of thing. Where it's just like,
where it's like mission this, mission that, but no overarching story.
Exactly, right? Which isn't necessarily a bad case, you know, but it's also nice to have like connecting episodes as well. So
Yeah.
I like the change of pace we're going. Thematically speaking, it's kind of similar to the previous episode before episode 11, though, the one where they're freeing the Separatist leader guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you know, they're both about the Empire kind of coming in, taking over, and then the leader of respective planets is like, no, they get arrested. Bad Batch is like, okay,
Let's free
we're
this
supposed to be
person.
mercenaries and laying low, but we're going to actively go against that and free this
Yeah.
person. And, the person leaves their planet, but they're like, I'll be back, whatever.
I'll be back.
So it's like, the Bad Batch is like, they kind of found their niche, I guess.
Yeah, they're like...
They're freeing political prisoners now.
Which, hey, is a good thing to do.
Sure, but...
Fleeing the politically oppressed is usually a good idea.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting for that. But yeah, I thought they were good episodes. I enjoyed it. Obviously, seeing Hera and Chopper is cool. There's obviously the argument to be made about how you don't really need so many cameos.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
But like at least this is contributing to like some sort of story, which is nice.
Right.
Just like, but like, yeah, like you guys have heard our take on like the whole cameo thing before, but I'll say it again for anyone who's watching and is new to the channel. Simply having a cameo for cameo's sake, in my opinion, is not good enough. You have to actually do something with them. So for example, Ahsoka in The Mandalorian. She was there to give one line of dialogue, and that was it. Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? And that was the culmination of her being there.
And basically send Baby Yoda to this place.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, go to that planet. And
hey guys, we're gonna go to Tython. Every Old Republic fan, you're going where?
Yeah.
But yeah, whereas this one, it's like we're actually doing something with these characters. We're actually like pushing the plot forward, which is nice. I mean, I understand like it can be a little bit like repetitive, in terms of like, hey, political prisoner, free them. Go to this planet, political prisoner, free them. But like,
Yeah.
At least we're doing something with these characters, which is kind of nice. Hera having a French accent, though, not gonna lie, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's interesting, because in Rebels, she's totally...
American.
Like
she just,
assimilated, I guess you could say. But now she's kind of like...
no parents, no accent.
Yeah, she's kind of... I don't know, I think that's kind of interesting, though, because like, I feel like all the Ryloth guys have it, so I guess you could say it's another example of like what she's sacrificed, I guess, in being a rebel. I don't know if I'm going too deep into it.
No, but like the whole like she loses her parents and then no accent, but then when she's with her parents there is an accent, which is kind of cool. But yeah, like it definitely could be the whole like, hey, she loses this, therefore that thing goes as well.
Yeah,
it's character development.
Exactly.
Sequels, learn something. I'm so salty. I'm sorry. God. But yeah. I like the episodes. They were good. I like the story as a whole. I like the whole, like, they're literally giving us, like, no holds barred. Empire is bad. We're literally manipulating things. We're literally arresting, like, political prisoners. Anyone who dissents, like, gets slapped with the band hammer. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't want to go off on, like, a tangent here. But is it so hard to come up with... Because I feel like we have this archetype for the Imperial Admiral or the Imperial Captain that started with Grand Moff Tarkin in the first movie, 40 whatever years ago, and has just been propagating through ever since, right? It's like the whole Tarkin doctrine, fear will keep the systems in line, like you got to keep everyone in check, you got to, this and this, and it's like, yeah, it works, it makes an effective, villain, but like
until an uprising happens.
Sure, but can we have a different sort of, like Imperial leader?
That's where Thrawn comes in.
I agree.
That's literally Thrawn's whole shit.
I agree.
The Empire's fear shit doesn't work.
Yeah, Thrawn, and that's why Thrawn is sort of a breath of fresh air, and I think that's why a lot of people like him, because he sort of brings a different viewpoint. But why not more? Why can't we have more Thrawn-like characters?
Well, because then the narrative or the stereotype of the Imperial like captain or admiral would be that now, and then you'd have nothing on the opposing
side.
side.
You could have both. Like in any sort of faction, you have disagreement between the leadership, right? You have different styles of.
But that's the thing with the Empire. There is no disagreement, because anyone who does gets like either force choked by Vader or like thrown.
Well,
into,
sure,
thrown into camp or something.
On like a troop by troop level, sure. But I'm sure that these people who are like governors of planets and of systems have some sort of leeway. Obviously, they can't rebel against the Empire. But I just think it would be cool to see, like sort of maybe. Sort of like Grand Admiral Thrawn, where you have like these admirals and moffs or whatever who think the Empire is the best choice because of like an outside threat or because of like stabilization after war or whatever, but they aren't so keen to implement these things, such as like like taking away all the weapons or whatever, or like occupying these planets, and maybe like having a more like mild approach to things, if that makes any sense.
So basically they're a legitimate government with like no like basically like fascist shit.
No, I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying like maybe a little bit more nuance in the way the Empire is portrayed,
That's
right?
Fair.
Because you have this
nuance is always a good thing.
Yeah, because you have this galaxy-spanning empire, and especially now, it's a pivotal moment. They haven't really talked about this in the show a lot, but the clones are starting to get replaced by the stormtroopers, right?
Yeah, slowly the armor is changing and all that stuff.
Yeah, and because the stormtroopers are conscripted, they're not cloned. You got to start asking the question: why would people sign up for the Empire, right?
Well, like the easy answer is they're just bad people. But it's not a good enough answer.
Yeah, because the whole galaxy is filled with bad people, and obviously you could say propaganda and stuff like that. But I think it's interesting.
Which is definitely a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not, but I think it'd be interesting to show, like that one guy. They had a diamond in the rough with that one character at the beginning of the show who was like, yeah, I joined the Empire to like see the galaxy and to do my part against like the separatists or whatever, and then he was summarily killed off as like
real quick,
whatever. But yeah, like why can't we have sort of more characters like that? I think
have
that'd be
nuance and aren't just like solid good or solid bad.
Yeah, exactly, right. Have different reasons that people would want to.
Yeah, and I know that we talked about this like before the episode, or like before this podcast, even before watching the Bad Batch thing, where you and I had a conversation with like modern media or whatever, and like anti-heroes or like just being good or bad, whatever. Mm-hmm. I definitely think that like originally we had like just good and bad characters, but now like I will say this, not so much in television shows, or at least like in, I guess you could call them, I don't like calling Clone Wars and Bad Batch and Rebels like children's television, but like, because like we enjoy it, and we're certainly not children. But like, what?
Well,
maybe on the inside.
physically no,
Physically,
but like
emotionally, we have like the emotional like growth of like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's I'm generous there. But like I will say this in like modern movies and stuff, like it feels like we have like anti-heroes in literally every single thing that we do now. For those of you who haven't watched Black Widow, I promise I'm not going to spoil anything, but like anti-heroes, we had anti-heroes in that. The new Cruella movie, she's an anti-hero. Venom, she's an anti-hero. Joker, she's an anti-hero. Thanos kind of gets the anti-hero vibe, only because that everyone's like, no, Thanos did everything right. It's like, no, please stop. Genocide's never a good idea, no. Or like, it's okay to bring back, like, this person's objectively good, this person's objectively bad, but I agree when it's the reverse, when it's just that, it's like, can we get a little bit of nuance?
Yeah, it gets a little tired.
And that's kind of like how like the whole like fan thing around like Grey Jedi showed up, because like all we ever had was Jedi Sith, good, bad, but is there something in the middle? But I'm going on a tangent now.
Yeah, but no, yeah, you can see why it would be sort of an attractive thing for fans, right? Because it's like, yeah, what if you want something in the middle, right? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because we're gonna get into that in like 2 weeks. But like,
but I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it'd be interesting to have like another Thrawn-esque character, or someone who sort of is doing the lesser of two evils. I guess you could say, if that makes any sense.
Is being part of the Empire, but like ultimately disagrees with the tactics that the Empire uses to maintain like control over the galaxy.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I think that'd be an interesting sort of character, and we kind of do get that with Hauser, Captain Hauser.
Yeah.
And I think he's sort of becoming like a fan favorite, sort of.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of buzz around him and stuff. He's like the good clone, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I guess it's pretty well deserved.
The good clone, Rex cries in the corner.
Yeah. But you see, because my and this is going to sound extremely heretical. This is probably heresy of the highest order here. But
we're not shocked. This is Utah.
But with Captain Rex, like his sort of like turn and his disagreement with the Empire is kind of pretty obvious, right? Like Ahsoka took the chip out of him, and then he's kind of like, I'm good now, right?
And we snapped it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. But it's interesting with Hauser because I think when you have an ideological turn that's not spurned by just some outwardly force like Ahsoka taking out the chip or whatever, when it's actually some internalized decision that he's making, I think that it's more powerful for him as a character, right? Because it's not like he's having his inhibitor chip removed and being saved by Ahsoka, right? It's like he's like, hang on, what's going on, right? Like maybe we shouldn't be doing this, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of the big one of the points of discussion people are talking about is like, okay, how does the inhibitor chip actually work, right?
Yeah.
Because is it blind subservient obedience to the Empire,
or is it just like Order 66?
Exactly, right? Yeah, is it just like, okay, you have to obey this one law, or maybe their brain gets hard coded to think
obey
that
orders.
Jedi are evil, right?
Yeah,
but maybe but maybe because these are regular citizens,
which is interesting because we know that Twi'leks as a species are naturally, and I'm gonna be very careful when I say this because people are insane, but I believe if my knowledge of Star Wars lore is correct, which I'd say like 80% of the time it is, aren't Twi'leks like genetically like predisposed to like being like submissive or like whatever? Only because like in every like medium we've seen Twi'leks or whatever, they're usually in like some sort of like servant position or whatever.
I don't know if they're genetically predisposed, but I think definitely like historically speaking, you could definitely make the argument that like a lot of them.
You have the whole thing in Jabba's palace. You have the thing like during the prequels or whatever. You have like every iteration of Twi'leks has been like some sort of like servant master relationship.
Well, I think one argument you could make is that maybe as a species they're very sort of I guess nice looking if that makes any sense.
Keeping it PG for the kids.
No, but like you could say that, they're very like amicable,
right?
And they sort of I don't know. A lot of them like the role of being the sort of like entertainer, whatever.
Yeah,
right? I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess the stereotype sort of evolved.
And by entertainer, we mean PG time exotic dancers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but it's interesting because this is another side of them, right? There's always two sides or however many to a coin, and you see them not just as the entertainers, but now as the
But now they're like
freedom.
political dissidents.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
This is fantastic.
When it comes to their home planet, now they're actually stepping up and sort of trying to.
Now we give a shit.
yeah. But yeah, I like Captain Hauser's character. I think he's pretty interesting.
I hope we see more of him. I hope they don't just bury him after this. That would be a shame if they did.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that Crosshair didn't just like pew as soon as he stepped out the door.
Hey guys, is that character? Headshot.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. I think it'd be interesting if Captain Rex recruits him. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because
season finale this shit.
Maybe, because we know in Rebels he has that walker. Hauser's not on it, but that walker with like Gregor and the other guy, don't forget. Like all these clones who are like kind of whatever.
In the middle of the desert, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not unheard of for him to recruit other clones who don't want to be
exactly
part of the whatever.
Or maybe we add another addition to the Bad Batch. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just spitballing ideas here.
I mean, he seems too normal to be part of the Bad Batch. He's not.
He's like lose a hand.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. In this episode, even the Gonk droid Gonky has to have something wrong with him. Like his power supply or whatever isn't working.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Whatever.
It's like that's why he's got to be part of the Bad Batch. It's like
there's got to be something wrong with you. Everyone like suddenly looks at Omega.
Yeah.
It's for being Australian. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's.
Hi, mate.
It's the accent.
Definitely.
I did want to touch on one sort of issue, and please stop me if I'm talking too much.
No, please go. Speak.
I think that the recent 2 episodes and the Separatist on Raxus episode before that have really sort of opened my eyes to what I wish the Bad Batch could have been.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think that the Bad Batch as a show is much better at showing the current state of the galaxy than it is at actually being a Bad Batch show.
Episode TV show.
Because I think the world building that they've done in these episodes has genuinely been really good. Like,
I would probably say some of the best world building we've seen in Star Wars in
since
very
Revenge of the
long
Sith.
time.
Since Revenge of the Sith, yeah. Or near that. Clone Wars has a lot, but I think this is pretty much on par with what Clone Wars has done, because it's a really interesting time period, the shift between organizations, so it just lends itself really well to sort of like world building, right?
Yeah.
And I would have preferred, and instead of a Bad Batch show, or you can have a Bad Batch show, but I think it'd be a really cool idea to just have a show that's like, call it just like Star Wars Empire or whatever, right? And have it be planets and how they react.
Can you imagine if it was like Star Wars Galaxy at War and it was literally just that?
Yeah. Showcase how different planets reacted to the Empire, right?
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is that you don't need any returning characters.
No,
if
you don't.
Yeah, if your writers are competent enough, they can create intriguing and interesting storylines on every planet. You can have really good characters on every planet who could want different things. They could want freedom for the planet. They could want to see the galaxy. They can want...
And if you want to have some of those characters be like sympathetic toward the Empire,
absolutely.
that's okay too.
Yeah, I would literally not mind that at all. But like...
Yeah, you can really have a character be like, hey guys, I know that like you may not like it, but like we've had more economic growth under the Empire than the Republic ever gave us or whatever. Or like, look how the Republic left us to like deal with the Separatists alone. The Empire has cleared them out for us. We should be thanking them, not yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Literally that.
No,
but I want to hear your opinion. What do you think a show like that could work? Do you think...
Okay, so we also kind of discussed earlier that I have become far more pessimistic with the world recently over the past like month or so. Honestly, I don't think we could ever get a show like that. We might be able to get a show like that, but I feel like it would still be super constrained to the very black and white Empire bad, everyone else good thing. Like you could do like different planets and stuff, but I feel like eventually it would become repetitive because of the black and white nature of like how we've always interpreted the Empire or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically it would be like, here's Kashyyyk and the Empire is bad. Here's Ryloth and the Empire is bad. Here's Tatooine and the Empire is bad. here's Camino and the Empire. You see the pattern we're going with, right? And I feel like that it would eventually get like repetitive and kind of annoying, and I could see people just turning it off because they could just predict every single episode with no change. So I feel like you'd have to have at least some be sympathetic towards the Empire, even if for different reasons. The problem is I truly don't believe, and I know this is like extremely pessimistic, but I don't think it's possible for Disney to ever have ever actually commit to having some sort of sympathetic characters or sympathetic leaning episode towards the Empire being possibly good, because of the fact that like it would be like succumbing itself to like I don't want to get like too like I don't want to get too political here, but like like I don't know, the minute you'd have like an Empire, like a pro-Empire episode, everyone would be like, oh, why are you siding with the bad guys? What the heck, guys? This is terrible messaging for children or whatever. It's like, it doesn't, like, why can't we just, like, critically think about anything for 2 seconds before leaping all over it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever could do that. I mean, shit, the closest we got to sympathetic for the Empire or pseudo-Empire was Finn. And look how that turned out.
Right, yeah. I mean, he kind of defects at the beginning of the movie, and it's just like...
But, like, the idea of, like, an ex-stormtrooper or whatever, like, it writes itself. And it was just, no. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
that's
No.
that's my 2 cents. I don't think they'd ever be able to, especially with the whole PG, like, family-friendly thing that Disney's been pushing for.
Yeah.
Black Widow, I'm looking right at you.
I don't know. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of a shame, but like
It is a shame, and I would love to be proven wrong. I just don't see any evidence of them ever doing that,
Right.
or even attempting to do that.
And they don't even have to do something that's sympathetic towards the Empire. They could do an entire like neutral third party, right? Like do an episode about bounty hunters, do an episode about the mining guild. What's up with them? They could probably do something cool with them.
Banking Clan, what's up?
Exactly. Yeah, stuff like that. Like that. You know, they could. One thing I would really like to see is they talk about a lot, or not a lot, but it's brought up a lot in the new canon. Since Naboo is the home of Emperor Palpatine,
Yeah.
it is more patriotic towards the Empire than most planets are,
Right.
right? So I want to see what's up on Naboo.
Same with Coruscant.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Coruscant. Coruscant being the head of Imperial power, you know it's not going to get an uprising
Yeah.
until like way after the OT,
Even after
right?
Return of the Jedi, it's like 10, 15 years afterwards.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, now
yeah.
we rise.
You know, you got to kind of
Yeah.
give it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think those would be interesting planets that you could sort of.
Plus, I've always wanted to see like Palpatine as the Emperor put his office in like the Jedi Master, like Death Lord.
yeah.
Just the ultimate middle finger.
Well,
like,
I think in Legends he builds the Imperial Palace over
on top of the Jedi Temple.
Jedi Temple. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the canon thing is currently. I think they just leave the Jedi Temple as like a smoldering ruin, but I could be wrong. But that's also powerful messaging too, right?
The Jedi are dead. This is over. We've literally burnt it to the ground.
Yeah, it's like a monument to their sort of
And then
treason.
you realize the Jedi Temple is actually built on top of a Sith Temple on Coruscant. And Palpatine's like, what do we do this, guys?
I want to see one episode. This just popped into my head right now. I want to see like an uber capitalist Camino episode. I want to see the
You mean every Camino appearance ever?
Well, yeah, but I want to see them like commit fully. I want to see the Empire being like, "Yo, we bought clones for you. They're our property," and like some weird loophole. I want them to try to take over the planet by that.
Yes.
And I want Camino to have like the most ragtag group of defenders that money can buy.
Yes.
Like Cad Bane. Like get like everyone there and have like so much diversity amongst like. Just like the weirdest kind of like, you know, like, because you'll have like the clones who are loyal to the Kaminoans.
Right.
You'll have the clones who are loyal to the Empire, right? You'll have bounty hunters. You'll have, I don't know, local defense forces. And just like, wouldn't that be kind of cool? You know what I mean?
Boba just rolls up on the scene or whatever.
Exactly.
I mean, we already have Fennec Shan, so
Yeah.
like, just go all the way at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Kamino's not really that interesting of a place to fight on because it's just water and hallways. But I think that sort of multi-faction mix would kind of be cool in a sense. I don't know. I'm just
kind of like the whole like ending of Rise of Skywalker, where you have like all like the ragtag like ships are like, hey guys, we're here. fucking plot armor. But like, hey guys, we're here. It's all good now.
Yeah.
We'll save you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, you don't need just the same stuff all the time. You can get, you know,
exactly,
scavengers, smugglers, bounty hunters.
And not
whatever.
all bounty hunters are bad.
Yeah.
Some bounty hunters are dope.
I mean, you know, their morality is basically dictated by who hires them,
the highest
right?
bidder, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
if I can make more money off of this, it doesn't matter whether I'm doing like immoral shit. Like, my morality is defined by like what you said, like by how much money I'm being paid to do something. So.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be an interesting sort of show. I feel like the Bad Batch we have right now doesn't really focus on the characters that much. They don't really develop a lot, except for Omega. She's doing a good job.
Yeah,
she can stay.
She can stay. Everyone else, you're gone.
But yeah, I guess Hunter too. Hunter develops through Omega, right?
Yeah.
Omega's the catalyst for him to kind of.
Has Wrecker had a line in 2 episodes?
Has he?
I don't think he has.
It's been like
I genuinely don't think he's had a line in 2 episodes.
a line that doesn't have to
Except
deal
maybe
with
a
destruction. You know, like something not
No,
about
but
blowing
seriously,
something up.
I honestly don't think he's had a line in 2 episodes.
Yeah,
Like, genuinely, I don't think he has.
I think he's had
Ladies and gentlemen,
one.
the Bad Batch, where 20% of our character list doesn't speak
Yeah,
for several episodes at a time.
yeah. I don't know. Well, you could argue he already got his time in the limelight with the whole chip business or
Look,
whatever.
he had 1 episode, okay? Omega's had like 12.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had the episodes like building up to it, I guess, where he'd hit his head a lot. If that
Oh,
counts.
yay. The new standard for whether or not you had an episode. Did you bang your head? Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if you want to roll that way, sure, but like, I don't know. It seems like a low bar.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard when you've got 5 members,
Yeah.
but, you know.
I mean, Echo had some new character development this episode with him having 1 hand, and apparently he's able to scale a wall.
Yeah, that was kind of...
Not gonna lie, when they're like, all right, me and Echo will scale the Capitol wall. All I could think about was all of the like some of the more insane type like Trump supporters, like during the whole Capitol Hill riot.
Yeah.
And you got them climbing over the walls or whatever, and I'm like, yes.
Well, I want to know what Hunter's logic was when he knows he's got to infiltrate the building,
Yeah.
right? But he leaves Wrecker in the ship to do the shooty,
Right.
and he takes Echo with him. It's like they're perfectly
Just flip
suited for
them.
yeah,
Exactly.
you know, they're suited for the other role. Bring Wrecker as your muscle, leave
Exactly.
Echo on the ship as
And
the gunner.
and he can do the pew pew. And
Yeah,
it's done.
exactly. Like, I know Wrecker likes blowing stuff up, but he can do it hand to hand. You know,
Exactly.
You know?
He's a walking, talking Titan. He's a crayon eater at heart. For those of you who are Destiny 2 fans, you'll get that reference.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Do you have anything else to add? as far as
Not especially. I don't know. Oh, that was a good episode. I'm kind of, you know, having a 2-part episode is, you know, it's there. It's kind of just a thing. Although I'm glad they did the 2-part episode near the end of the season finale. That way it kind of like builds into something rather than having it like right smack in the middle and then doing nothing with it or whatever. I'm definitely excited for the last 2 episodes. I do think there's something big is going to happen with Crosshair by the finale. Like, he's either going to he's either going to kill someone or like he's going to bite it is my thing. I still stand by my prediction of Crosshair's going to take aim at Omega and like he's going to miss and it's going to hit Hunter or something.
Or
and Hunter...
they'll jump like in front of Omega or something.
Yeah, and someone's going to like Crosshair's going to like kill someone or whatever. That would be really interesting. I do want to see the Kaminoans interacting more.
Yeah, they're the MVPs of
They're
the
just
show,
kind of
honestly.
there, and I'm like, guys, get in there. Plus, you have like the whole. Well, you even have like the civil war growing on Camino.
Yeah.
Where you have the prime minister who's like, yo, execute Omega ASAP. No, not execute. Bring her to Camino so that we can like not torture her, but like experiment on her. And then you have like the right hand of the prime minister who's like, how about no? How about we not like torture children?
Yeah, this is why I'm saying we need a show that's on like a planet by planet basis. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to see more of the Camino politics. Like,
same.
With
I never thought I'd hear Lucas say that, but like, yes.
No, but it's so interesting because with the Kaminoans, you have someone who's so emotionally emotionally
Stunted.
they don't have any emotions, right? But they
Yeah.
still manage not to be entirely black and white characters, which is so interesting to me, right? It's like you have the right hand lady, the doctor lady, whatever it is, who grows to like Omega,
Yeah.
and maybe she doesn't like her as a person, maybe she just likes her as like a science experiment that she
Right.
made, but that's still some sort of attachment, right?
Right.
To these people who should only, in theory, should only see
The dollar
clones,
bill.
yeah, clones as items, right?
Yeah,
as
property.
units,
As
exactly,
property,
right?
yeah.
That's so interesting to me, but yeah, go on. Sorry, I just want. What do you think is gonna happen in the final 2 episodes? Predictions.
I feel like the proper thing to do would be like try to blow up an Imperial base or something like that. Like, I don't know. I definitely think that if we don't get a Crosshair v Hunter fight that's similar to the Obi-Wan Maul fight in Rebels, I will be kind of disappointed because I feel like it'd be kind of interesting to have like Crosshair try to like long range no scope Hunter, and then Hunter's like, put that gun away, you don't need it or whatever, and then it's like a hand to hand thing, which could be cool. And then like Crosshair, obviously being the slippery bastard that he is, pulls like a blaster out of his like back pocket or whatever. I definitely think that like someone needs to try to take Omega out, because I feel like you have to up the stakes, and I feel like the only way that you can do that in a show that has been so centered around Omega as a character is someone's going to have to, like, in order to give that like that ultimate like oomph, like emotional like hit for a season finale, I feel like someone has to try to take her out, and I truly think someone's gonna get killed. I think someone's either gonna die or like be on like death's door, and then it'll be like cliffhanger. And then I will scream profanities into the sky.
You'll run into the street and just yell at the sky.
But yeah, how about you? Thoughts?
I think I'm pretty in line with your predictions.
Yeah, because we know how the Empire does. We're not in line.
Yeah, or at the very least, if your predictions happened, I would like that. I would enjoy it. Yeah, I do think, for the stakes and stuff, if they really want to be sort of like the mature show, I think someone's going to bite the dust.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because a lot of people have complained how Echo is kind of pointless in this show.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Yeah, because like we already have the techie one with Tech.
Yeah.
And Echo's just kind of he's a glorified USB drive. Is what Echo is. Like, I'm sorry, but
favorite to glorified USB drive.
No, but like that's kind of what he does, right? Like his whole quality
literally
is
Chopper can replace him as a character.
Yeah, his whole quality is he has the scomp,
the gadgets.
Yeah, the gadget, right?
Yeah.
And he can hold a blaster, but all of them can hold blasters, so that's not, So what I think would be interesting is you have 2 very similar characters, so if one of them bites the dust, that leaves room for the other one to fill
grow.
that niche, right? Maybe that's what they're gonna do. I have no idea, but maybe one, either Tech or Echo, will bite the dust, and the other will fulfill the techie role, right? And maybe that's what they're building up to. Maybe not, but
I feel like killing Hunter, though, would probably be a really bad idea right now, just because it's only season 1.
Yeah.
And it seems that we're going to get more seasons after this, so it kind of just seems weird to kill off Hunter. Now, this is a hot take, but I would actually be okay if someone killed a Wrecker. I love Wrecker.
The Crayon Eater.
Because, like, outside of killing Hunter, who does Omega have the closest emotional bond to?
Wrecker,
It's Wrecker.
yeah.
And if you really want to go for that emotional season finale, Wrecker's gonna have to go.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to bite it. Our favorite Crayon Eater will have to bite it. That's just my thing. I'm hoping that they don't wuss out for the season finale. I hope they give it a really good quality character driven episode. Otherwise, I will be the saltiest of boys, and in 2 weeks you will probably hear me. If I don't get my character driven season finale, you will hear me swearing on this podcast in 2 weeks about it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like someone has to die. If not the Bad Batch, then it has to be Crosshair. Because I don't want him to escape again and then have a season 2 be a repeat of
season 1.
Yeah, it's season 2 synopsis will be Crosshair hunts the Bad Batch. Like, we already have that.
Yes,
You know, we already have that, right? It's like
Yeah.
something has to happen, or else it's not a season finale. It's just a season meh.
Yeah.
You know,
I kind of want to see what's his face, Tarkin show up again,
yes.
because I've missed me some Tarkin. Like, we had like some good Tarkin like the first 6 episodes. And now I'm just like, where's my old grandpa? I just want to hug him.
There's a hole in our hearts, a Tarkin-shaped hole, a void.
Yes. Also, you realize that like we may never see Chopper again after this, and it breaks my heart.
How could you say that?
You know, they talk about how, like, Nihilus is a void in the Force. That's Chopper. He's just a void in my life. I need him like I need air to breathe.
Chopper should be, like, a human right.
Yes. Chopper, when Chopper enters a room, we should have to stand.
Yeah.
And, like, salute
Give him a standing
him.
ovation.
Exactly. No, but yeah, like, I think season finale is probably going to be really dope. If it's bad... I trust Filoni and like Favreau. I trust them.
Is Jon Favreau involved in this show?
No, but he's doing Mandalorian.
Right.
But like I feel like they probably are like, hey Favreau, how we doing, guys? Like,
Any ideas?
Can we get any input, please? No, but I feel like it should be okay. I feel like it should be. I have faith in these people. I don't have faith in Disney, but I have faith in these people.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want the next 2 episodes to be connected. I don't want episode 13.
Another part 1, part 2 episode.
No, because wouldn't that make more sense than having episode 13 be just something completely random?
Sure, but then we should have saved the part 1, part 2 thing for like the season finale and not have already done one.
Well, you can have more than one part 2, part 1, part 2, right?
I guess. It just feels like a cop-out where it's like, hey guys, now we have 4 episodes, but really it's 2.
Yeah, but like... No, I'm not saying go back to Ryloth. I'm just saying...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just like, it's like... So I feel like you can like do like one part, like one part 1, part 2, like per season or whatever. Because then it's like, hey guys, we're giving you like 14 episodes, but like half of those are actually just 2 episodes.
Sure, I guess, but I feel like there's more room for development in the part 1, part 2 episodes, right? Because the standalone episodes are constrained by having to set up what's going on,
right?
Where they don't have enough room to fully develop, right?
Right.
Whereas in a part 2 of a part 1, you already know what's going on, so the whole part 2 episode is literally just, you know, get in gear and just go,
and
go. Like, yeah, this is happening. And I feel like you can't end a show like this with one episode, right?
Episode?
Yeah. How Clone Wars' finale was 4 episodes, I think?
Yes.
It was 4 episodes.
But 4 episodes of pure, unadulterated awesomeness.
I absolutely agree. But, like, the Siege of Mandalore arc was so dense, it had to be 4 episodes, right?
And we got one of the best animated lightsaber fights, maybe ever. One of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, I think so.
One of the best.
I think so. I still like Maul and Obi-Wan and Tatooine.
Short, but so character-driven.
Yeah, short but sweet. Yeah, it's like a shot, you know? It's not a lot, but it hits you.
I would not say that a shot is sweet. I'd say it burns like fire.
Well, it depends what you're drinking, but...
This is true.
True. Yeah, I mean, well, Maul's insides were probably burning like fire.
So were Anakin's outsides.
Yeah. I don't know. I want them to do like a part 1, part 2, but we'll see.
We'll see what
I have no idea.
I don't know. I feel like next episode is going to end with Crosshair locating them, and then the next episode will be like, all right, fight.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if Crosshair somehow kidnaps Omega and uses that as leverage,
as bait, or leverage. Yeah, sorry.
Because I feel like Crosshair doesn't care about Omega. Only the Kaminoans care about Omega, right?
Right.
So to Crosshair, Omega is just like an ends to a mean, right? Omega is the
bait to which you learn about the Bad Batch.
Exactly, and then the other Bad Batch is his actual, like goal.
Maybe that's what happened. The Kaminoans will be pissed off. We'll be like, what are you doing?
Can you not? That's like...
Yeah, can you not kill our property, please?
Yeah.
We'd like her back.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, like it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry.
We'll see. It's definitely going to be...
It'll be a good time.
Interesting, for sure.
But yeah, we're just past an hour into the podcast, so do you want to do you want to wrap it up here and then next episode have it be a little bit longer, or do you want to? Is there anything else you want to talk about with the episode or anything like that, or?
I don't know. I think
I believe it in your capable hands, Luke.
No, you're the host. So
but you are the guest.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think we've touched about mostly about everything with the Bad Batch. I mean, like, is there any like comments from the? Nothing going on.
Nothing. Chat's pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet.
Chat's pretty quiet.
That's okay. That's okay.
Chat came by for a bit and then went to bed. I'm like, good, go to bed.
Yeah.
He left after I almost choked on water. And died.
Yeah, let's just end it with thoughts on Geode, the rock pilot.
We're not talking about this. We're not dealing with this, okay? I'm not talking about Geode, the stupid rock pilot.
Please.
And by the way, let's be clear. When we say Geode, the rock pilot, I don't mean like the guy is made of rocks. I mean like it's a rock. Like, you know how we have, like, I don't know how big of Marvel fans you guys are, but you know Korg, the guy from Thor Ragnarok, and he's a guy, but he's made of rocks? This isn't that. This is it's literally a boulder.
It is incapable of locomotion.
Boulder. Like, roll this guy in front of a crypt and leave him there.
I feel like the High Republic ideas team were about it, like,
God.
what if we do a rock? And they're like, go on, and he's like, no.
So guys, you know how in Star Wars we had fully in-depth characters that everyone loved, like Rex, Ahsoka, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, Luke, Leia? How about a rock?
My headcanon is they wanted to cast Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for a part, and then it was a bad case of broken telephone.
Yo, what if we call it The Rock?
Yeah, where it kind of devolved in some boardroom meeting, like someone just got The Rock out of it, and he's like, yes, make a... You guys wanted The Rock?
And
okay, we got
the thing
Rock.
Is, it's not even just that he's a rock. It's a pilot.
Yeah, like how does...
It's a pilot. Explain, Disney. Explain.
How does a rock like pull the hyperdrive like thing, or like, you know, go?
How does it put the keys in the ignition?
You know. I don't know if he's a pilot or a navigator.
I'm pretty sure it's a pilot.
It's a pilot.
Which I don't. I don't know. It hurts my brain. Also, yeah. What's I gonna say? I'm just going now. I'm doing it again.
Calm down.
There was a comic that came out, and it was like, oh guys, look, High Republic. They're writing Rancors. Isn't this so cool and original? Me at the bottom of the Facebook post. Just to be clear, Darth Bane wrote Rancors before it was cool. And I'm like, yes! We're in, boys.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, like, the Night Sisters rode Rancors.
Yes.
I don't even know if they talk... I don't know if they talk about that in Jedi Fallen Order.
That's not the only thing they rode.
Yeah, but they definitely did them in the Force Unleashed game. So, like, yeah. Maybe it's definitely not like a new thing whatsoever.
Reads Bane novels, swears by them.
Yeah.
So good.
We should do one episode where you do a review of them.
That would be like a 3-hour podcast.
No, but that's fine. I mean, they're still relatively fresh in your memory,
right? They're so fresh in my mind.
Yeah, so we should do like
they're so good.
Yeah, like we'll call it like Austin's reading recommendations or something like that.
Yo, if we're gonna do that, like I'm gonna pull out my Rise. If we're gonna do that, I'm pulling my Rise of Skywalker script out and reading it.
You should. We should do a reading
with voices.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Deal. That'd be fun. I'm not very good at voices.
I can finally unleash my
I'll do
my Palpatine voice.
The girl. Where's the girl?
The girl. I could smell her love.
Where's my Cheetos? Yeah. I'll be Kylo Ren. You can be everyone else.
Good, Anakin. Good.
I'll be Kylo Ren. Who else is there? I'll be
What could you give me? Everything.
Yeah, you're definitely Palpatine. You definitely be Vader. You can be...
I have to say, my Vader is getting better. I'm not all the way there, but like I can't do the robot noises, but like
robot noises.
I'm slowly trying to like deepen the voice slowly, but like it's getting there.
Yeah.
We have sidetracked so
yeah,
fast.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
we have gone from Bad Batch to Geode the Rock Pilot to riding Rancors to Palpatine impressions.
But Yeah, I'm gonna forget, so please remind me. But definitely, we should talk about the Bane series, and we should do a reading of your script if you're okay with it.
No, I'm
If you're
down.
not-
I'm down.
If you're
If
not
there's
too,
enough, I'm gonna put something in Discord, talking about the, if people are interested, if they want us to do a read of like my Rise of Skywalker script, which by the way, I don't want to toot my own horn, is way better than what we got in my humble
that's
opinion.
not saying much.
And look, all right.
Hey guys, my Rise of Skywalker script is better than a dumpster fire.
I would hope so.
Yes.
No, but yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, on that note, Luca, do you want to give any final comments, any final words to everyone out there?
Oh, okay. No, I'm good. I think I've said
No,
what I want.
I don't think I will.
Well, I'll just leave it on this. Whenever you're feeling sad, remember that Lando is into droids. That's all I'll say. Lando and L3 did it in the Falcon. That's all I'll say.
I probably did the Falcon too.
Well, he uploaded her consciousness into the
Stop!
Falcon.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I just... Hey guys!
Look, why do you think...
character development, how about we make Lando bone droid?
Why do you think Lando was so happy he got the Falcon back in Rise of Skywalker? That's all I'm saying.
Stop!
Good night, everyone.
I can't
That's
do
it.
this.
That's it. Good night.
I can't do this with you. I can't. Not again. Not again. But yeah, on that note, guys, I think we're gonna call it an evening. I'm gonna try to scrub the images that are in my brain out with like bleach. Maybe I'll just ingest bleach tonight and it'll be a thing. That's hot. Oh god, I'm dying.
What is it? What is it called when you're into droids? Is it like droid sexual? Like
Droid section. No, here, let me pull it up. My Google search is gonna be a mess
Wait,
after this.
that's a thing.
I'm pretty sure it's like arousal from like machines, whatever it is. Arousal from my Google search is gonna.
You're getting put on a watch list.
I am absolutely being put on a watch list. Although, like, the fact that I'm not already on it. Mechanophilia is a paraphilia involving a sexual attraction to machines, such as bicycles, motor vehicles, helicopters, ships, and airplanes. It is treated as a crime in some nations, with perpetrators being placed on a sex offenders register after prosecution.
That is crazy.
I actually can't.
That is crazy.
Lando,
can you
Lando's
imagine?
on a list.
You're
Lando's on a
you're
list.
at a court hearing, and it's like, Your Honor, the defendant is guilty of having sexual relations with a helicopter. Like, what say you in your defense?
It brings a whole new definition to the term right up the tailpipe.
Can you imagine if you're in a neighborhood, right, and you have to notify your neighbors that you are into helicopters? You're on a list. You're on a national list because.
But not even just helicopters. Any machinery. Your cars aren't safe. Your lawnmower's not safe.
Plug your muffler, guys, because
he will if you don't.
It's gonna get plugged. Yeah. Okay, that's enough debauchery for one night.
This is god. Tomorrow you're gonna be like, you've been removed for inappropriate content on Twitch. Totally worth it. Can we clip that? Not the lawnmower. Look, people are into some things, shall we say. Actually, I'm pretty sure, wasn't there a guy on My Strange Addictions who, like, boned his car?
Probably.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, on that note, my laptop's looking at me the wrong way. I have to get it on the laptop now.
That USB port looking mighty spicy now.
I don't even have a USB port on this. Time to make no kidding. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. Before we get put on a list somewhere. On that note, that's gonna be all for us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not already following the channel, please do so. If you go over to YouTube, all of these podcasts get put on YouTube at Imperial's Force, all lowercase on YouTube. But yeah. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, subscribe to Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can do so for free, and it helps the channel out. But yeah, on that note, that's going to be it for us. Have a good night. Take it easy, guys.
May the force be with you.
There you go.